Hi everyone, welcome back to Forward Cycling in Southampton and part 2 of our video series following the build of the Bikmo Handmade Cyclist and Forwards competition prize. So the last video that you've seen from us about this build, we were just finishing off with the parts. So we had done a walk around the shop. I showed you all the parts the customers have. We will go through those in a second as well, choosing the wheels, etc. And then we had the raw frame, which we had taken from the shelf, and then we were sending it off to paint. So this is a Gravel X, a Forwards Gravel X gravel bike. This is our sort of race series gravel bike. And we worked with collaboration with Neil at Handmade Cyclist. He's done a beautiful design for us, and it's just returned back from paint. So rather than me just dragging out you seeing it any longer, let's have a quick look at this. So the design for it, if you had seen the competition, it was the King Alfred's Way design. So I will attach it to the video somehow, maybe a picture or a link to the artwork down the bottom in the comments, and then you'll be able to see it. So we've got the fork there, which I'll show you in a second, and then this is the frame. You can see I've already had a look in it. I couldn't resist. And then this is the finished article. And I think what we'll do is we'll just lay this down here, this sheet, and then I will try and show you it from where I am now, and then we'll bring the camera over and then we'll have a proper look around it, and then you'll be able to see with the light. So that's what we've got, and then with the fork in there, you'll be able to see the way the design is there. So we've got the sun sort of hitting the front of the head tube there. I will bring the camera, as I said, closer. So we've got the Handmade Cyclist herring on the front, normal Forwards graphics there on the head tube, the sunlight hitting the front of the frame, and you'll be able to see there the blend down the front there. We've got King Alfred's on the top. I'll show you that in a second close up. Forwards writing on the side, normal sort of sizing for this. This is 30mm in the same colour as the sunlight on the front there. And then it blends through the blue into the green. And then we got the detail of the Handmade Cyclist around the seat tube, and then both chain stays there as well. So we can see that. When I bring the camera in, we'll see closer in a second. And then this particular build is build 52 in our line. So it's build 52, and then it's the King Alfred's Way 1. So that's on there. And then on the back there, we've got a little the Union Jack is standard with the Bikmo logo on the bottom there. And that's the frame. So let's, I'll turn it round this way, and then I'll lay it down just here. And then I'll bring the camera over so you can get a better idea of it, because seeing it from a distance isn't going to do it much justice. So here we go. So this is the frame in all its glory, and then if we can getting closer, you should be able to see the sparkle in it. So what Neil was really keen on with the paintwork, so to get the colours obviously to match the artwork, and then secondly the whole frame is covered with a clear pearl. So it's got a metallic pearl on the whole thing. The LEDs are doing an okay job at picking it up, but the idea of most of our paintwork and colours are that they change according to the seasons and that outside. So when this bike sees the sunlight, it's going to really pop, and you'll see that there. So that's, maybe we can see it in there a little bit. We'll get a better idea when we do the photo shoot with the finished bike anyway. So this is just giving you an idea of what it looks like. So we've got the Union Jack and the Bikmo there, Handmade Cyclist around there, Handmade Cyclist on the side of the seat tube there, and you can see the sparkle there. That's what this is here. And then the colour blends from green to blue to the pink on the front there. So it's pretty awesome. So that's pretty good. So we've already done the shield. So I've already put shield on the frame. So I did that yesterday, and then we've got the shield there as always for the brake mounts, and then we've done the shield inside here on the fork leg to protect when you're putting your wheels in if you catch it with a disc rotor. That's what that's there for. And then we've also got the shield on the underside of the frame there. So this particular one's going to be external routed. Let's just stand it up so we can see it a bit better there with the heron on the front there. That's kind of the how we got the design. So that's the frame. What we got to do with this now, which is standard on all the builds. So this is the frame as it's come back from paint. The painter does an amazing job at masking it all off, so it's all masked off nicely anyway. But we'll just run a facing tool on these surfaces, make sure they're all okay, and then we'll run a facing tool on the brake mounts, and then a facing tool on the brake mounts on the front fork there as well, just to check they're all in a line as we want them. And that's that. So you can see the sparkle on it, which is pretty cool. Got a nice thick coat of lacquer on there as well. So that's the frame. Let's just cut the video quickly and we'll cut across. And then what we'll do is we'll start unpacking all of the component parts here and then have a look at those. There we go. We just got that camera reset there. So hopefully if you followed the series or the competition so far, you're happy with that paint or the way that the frames come out. We are absolutely delighted. I probably should have shown you the King Alfred on the top there as well. We'll have another look at that in a second. But that's the King Alfred's graphics on the top there as well that Neil's done, and then we've obviously got the X on top there as well. So that's the frame. It needs to be seen in real life really, because it just looks insane. Like the sparkle I can see. I'm not really doing a very good job picking it up with the camera just then, but that's that. So the frame will just pop to one side a second, and we'll get this stuff out the way quickly. So as I said, we do sort of prep the frame in a second. That will go and be have all the facing and stuff done. So that's the next stage for that. Let's get that out of the way. So this is our shopping cart that we went round with last time you've seen us, and there might be some other bits and pieces in there now. And what we do before we start a build, which is going to be the next stage, I'm going to try something a bit different with the build for you, see if that's going to be a bit interesting how I'm going to show you the build. But this is just the part. So what I would normally do is I would just lay the parts out on the table. Let's get my recycling bin and stuff ready there. Probably get them out of the camera would probably look a bit nicer. So where are we going to go? So let's just, in no particular order, let's just go through all the parts. Then I lay them out on the table, and then when I do the build, I can come and grab the parts that I need a bit easier. I'd actually normally sort of lay them out in a sequence of how I'd assemble the bike. So first of all, what we've got is the brand new GRX. This is the 11-speed stuff. So this is the RX 810. So I would go through here, and then I just take all my component parts out. So we've got the rear caliper, then we've got the front lever, and then I keep the bags to one side because I'll recycle those. We might use them in the kit box in a bit, and then we'll get this cardboard out of the way. Manuals and stuff, we'll get straight into his build box. So we keep all the manuals there for the customer. And then we'll take all of the small component parts out, and then I'll just grab, you can probably still hear me back here. So we'll have a small parts container, which we'll just use for any of the small parts I need during the build. I'll just get them all separated into that. It just saves me time when I'm doing the build, when I'm sort of in the flow of things. And then we've got our inner cable, and then we've got our outer cable for that brake. Get rid of the card, and then we'll keep that to recycle as well. If you ever order stuff from us online and it turns up in GRX boxes and that, this is why. This one is going to be our front lever. So again, obviously it's going to be RX 810, wouldn't make much sense if it wasn't. So the customer's going with 2x on this. It's 2x 12 speed and I'll go through the ratios and stuff in a minute. Got a front caliper. These are absolutely gorgeous. These are the newer style caliper from Shimano, which is giving you that sort of 10% more brake clearance, which is pretty cool for using for gravel, because it's obviously going to stop the brake rubs and all that sort of stuff. So a bit of recycling. And then again, we've got some manuals which are going to go in the build box. And then we've also got small parts again. So small parts will go in here. And what I'll do right now is I'll just separate out. So these bits we'll give to the customer. These are your orange brake caliper tools that stop the brake discs coming in when you've got no wheel on it if you're transporting it. A bit more recycling there. Another GRX box for doing some postal stuff. Put that over there. Those are some bits and pieces from the Hunt wheels. I will talk about the wheels in a second, and that's just the customer's warranty card, and then just a warning sticker which I'll also give the customer so he knows what it says. I'll do the saddle in a second. Let's get the chain set out. So brand new 820 GRX chain set in all its glory. So 2x, and then ratio wise we're going 48:31 on it, and then he had a 170 crank length with the ongoing trend of shorter cranks. And then we've got our end cap there for the chain set. Pop that there as well. Bit more recycling. And then we've got the more manuals. And then we've got the GRX left-hand crank arm down here. So we'll just take that out and put that with that. And then this bit's of packaging we won't need. Don't need that one. And we will keep the crank box as well. That'd be handy. So pop that down there. And then bar tape I'll just put to one side. So we got the bar tape we always use. Absolutely love this stuff. If you follow other YouTubers and stuff, you know, they rave about this. This is the freebie, and it's the BHT 16 bar tape, and it's 3.5mm thick, just wraps beautifully. It's like super supple, super flexible, and just goes on real well. And then we've got our little end strips there as well for when we do a figure of 8, so we don't need that box. Then we got front mechanism, so we'll get that out. So the 820 front mech. So we put one of those down there. That comes with a sticker for the guidance to set it up. So that's there. Bottom of the box. And then we should have some little adapters and stuff here. So this has got the aluminium plate that goes against the carbon. We don't need to use that on the X because it will go against the aluminium front mech hanger. It doesn't need to have that, but we'll take that out as well. And then we got some more literature for the customer. I don't think that box is going to be much use to us. It's a bit small. And then we got the rear mechanism. So GRX 820 rear mech. Make sure I'm telling you the right part numbers. 820 rear mech. And then of course this is the 2x. So it's going to have the longer cage. And then that's that one there, the new 12-speed version. So it's going to look a little bit different to our previous builds. Let's just separate this box out. And then we got the flexible rear cable. Oh, none of this cable actually we're going to use, and we'll use the inners, which I wouldn't tend to use those inners in future with the liners. I just tend to use straightforward stainless inner cables, but we actually will do a full cable all the way through the frame for this customer. Yeah, we got the stop on the front mech as well, of course. So yeah, we'll just run direct cabling outer all the way. I don't tend to have the cabling stopping within the frame. It keeps it all sealed and runs smoother, so I tend to do that. So other things for the kit box, these are the Hunt spare spokes. Really like how Hunt do this. They provide you some spare spokes with their wheels. Not that, I mean, touch wood, I've never used the spare spokes. Let's just grab the nipple there, which is popped off. So these are just the spare spokes for his wheels, which I'll show you in a sec, and they'll go in his kit box as well. And then we've got the handlebars and stuff. Let's get that unpacked. So we'll just do that as well. So we've got a 100mm stem. So this is the Pro Discover 100mm stem. Again, literature. We'll just put that in the kit box. This is just going to have your warnings and bits and pieces there. Don't need the packet. And handlebars. So as we said in the shopping video, these are the 42s, and they got the 12-degree flare. So the type of bikes that we're building, not many people are going with wide flare. It's generally they're going with the narrower flare on them. More literature for that one. That can go in recycling. Let's pick up that zip tie. I'm going to do my head in otherwise. So that's that. Saddle. We've got the Pro Stealth Performance Limited saddle, and that's in the larger size. I think we did that one in. So 152 after the customer was sized up upstairs. So that's the saddle. Then we've got his manual. Get rid of the packet. And then the top cap. So this is the headset top cap. That's the JRC one. These are really cool. Quite like this. It's got the little tree on it. So we'll open that up. And that one will go in our small parts if we can. Making that look harder than I need to, aren't I? So there we go. So it's your carbon top cap with your aluminium bolts. And that's that. So that's all the parts from the box all unpacked. And then in here, just to go through quickly the other bits and pieces we got the Shimano 12-speed chain. This is the one that comes in the group set. So this is the XT one. XT Ultegra, that sort of level, with his quick link there as well. And then we're going to put a Praxis Works bottom bracket in. The frame has a 68mm bottom bracket, so it's a BSA 68 threaded bottom bracket. That's what we like. And then these are the Praxis Works bottom bracket, which use the 2437 bearings. This as a standard as it comes with the ABEC 3 bearing, which is fine to get you started. You can sort of upgrade them when we do our build straight away if you want to. This is fine to get you going, and then you can upgrade it, and we generally have stock of either the XT15s or the ABEC 5 bearing, which has got the nicest seal on it, of course. So that's the bottom bracket, which we're going to go with. And then in his parts box, we've got his axles. So a pair of axles. We got the bridge for his for the frame, headset components, and then the general fitting kits and bits and pieces in here as well, like the seat clamp and stuff. So that probably covers those bits there nicely. So let's get the shopping cart out of the way. And then wheel-wise, I did go ahead and build these ahead of time, and I apologise because I should have recorded it as well. I'm sure you've seen a million videos on wheels being set up and that anyway, but we've got the Hunt Carbon 35 gravel wheels. These are the brand new 2024 version of this wheel. We have been working with Hunt a long time, so I've seen the different iterations of this wheel over the years. This is absolutely awesome, the new version. So this is the Carbon 35, and we've got the Torino dry tyres on there, and that's in a 45mm. Absolutely loving the Vittorias at the moment, and the customer's going to use this a lot sort of on the road and that as well, so bigger transitions and stuff to go to his gravel as well. So that's what we got with. It's got 100mm of orange sealant in there, and it's got the muck-off valves there as well, and we've got the 160 XTR rotor on the front there. So that's your front one. And then rear wheel, obviously everything matches. It wouldn't make sense if it didn't. So this is the Carbon 35, the newer style hub on the wheels that the guys are using, and then the 160mm XTR rotor, muck-off valves, 100mm sealant inside, and then the Torino 45 tyre on there. And then we've got an 1134, if I remember correctly. So 1134 cassette. Wow. And that was all set and ready to go just to save some time when we're doing the build. So that is all the component parts of the build with the beautiful frame, which we'll just pick up off the carpet. And there we go. So next time you have a look at this, we'll be deep in the build. And as I said, we're going to do the build a little bit differently. So hopefully you like that. So hopefully you found that interesting. We will see you, or I'll see you, in the next part of the build. All right, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.